Now it's time for Movie Friends with your hosts Michelle and Seth. We're talking film without pretension. We're finding cats that are unexpected. We'll watch a movie, film, or schmovie, and we want you to join our journey. So subscribe and share this podcast, or this might just be the last of the Movie Friends. We're movie friends. We want to be your movie friends.
Hey, hello. Wow. Welcome to Movie Friends. I'm here with my friend Michelle Rubenstein, who is at a 90% honesty setting.
And I'm here with my Seth Vargas. Great start. I'm here with my friend Seth Vargas, whose humor is set to 60%.
Wow, we did like almost the same one.
I think that's why it tripped me out.
I
was like, wait, is that what I wrote?
Right. I think that you probably are at like a 90% honesty with me.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think so. I was going to say, I think I'm like 95% honest.
Michelle's like, yeah, there's a lot I'm holding back.
No. I feel like we're pretty honest with each other, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. wow. Am I at a 60% humor?
No.
Unfortunately, actually, I'm at 100%. It's just that this is the extent of me being funny, which is not very much.
Right. Yeah.
What's going on?
Dude, it's like, I hate to talk about the weather because small talk, and that's what I feel like we're always talking about, but my office is so hot and my house is so hot, and it's just making me feel like, woo.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
You're powering down.
I'm powering down. But that's like so boring to talk about. I mean, I have got nothing else. I had a really good weekend, so that's a win.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's a great weekend.
Well, I have something, but it's not fun.
Oh, no.
But it does have a fun story to it.
Okay. Do tell.
Okay. I got a biopsy.
Yeah. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Yeah.
The biopsy club.
The biopsy babes.
Well, I don't know if I've ever been described as a babe.
It's your summer, Seth. You could be a babe.
Even as a young child, I was a sir.
Baby Seth was called sir?
Here's your bottle, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so I had to get this biopsy. I went to the dermatologist for the first time in my life with just a laundry list of things because I've never gone.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I was like, I got this like lump that I never had, and now I've had it for a while. I was like, I don't know what it is. Is it like an ingrown hair? Like what's happening here? And they were like, no, that's not what that is at all. We have to biopsy that immediately. And I was like, say what now? Why? And they were like, because you shouldn't have things like that. And I was like, oh, good thing I came here. So anyway, went in to get the biopsy. Told everyone, do not tell me what you're about to do. I do not want to know. I do not need to know. That will make this so much worse for me. I'm just going to look away and you tell me when I'm done. So they're doing their thing. I'm clutching my stomach fat because there was nothing to hold on to. I was in a chair with no arms. So like they're giving me the shots, the shots to numb it up.
Yeah.
You're giving me a real confused look right now.
Well, I'm just, do you have a low tolerance pain scale?
Oh my God, yes. Oh, for needles. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're clutching on to your belly.
Pouches in hand,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Squeezing for dear life. They finish, they do everything. I don't feel a thing. But
Good.
then I smell something. And I said, what the heck is that? And the nurse patted me on the shoulder. And she said, that's you, honey.
No!
Because they were cauterizing the wound.
Oh.
And so I was smelling myself cooking.
That's you, honey. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
she's like,
fantastic.
"That's you, honey." And I was like, "Oh my God, what a way to say that." Like,
Wow.
yeah.
So do you have a Band-Aid?
Okay. They put on the chintziest.
Yeah.
Is chintzy a racist word?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Yikes.
Let me look. Is chintzy racist? Oh,
Do
wow,
tell.
fascinating. It's a Hindi word.
Oh.
It comes from chintz, a shiny printed cotton fabric originally made in India. The word traces back to the Hindi word chint, meaning spattering or stain. I always thought it just meant cheap.
Yeah, same.
All right, well, I'm going to keep it in then. They put the chintziest Band-Aid on me, a teeny little dot. That thing was half off by the time I got outside.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what do I do? You know, they're like, yeah, just don't get it wet today. After that, take the Band-Aid off and don't do anything. They're like, you can put soap and water on it, but just leave it. And I was like, what are you talking about? Couldn't believe it. So, yeah.
So when do you get your results?
A week.
Okay.
So when we record next week's episode, I'll give a
Like an
biopsy update.
Great.
Yeah. So
Subscribed.
So listeners, you must tune in next week to hear if I'm okay or not.
Yeah.
Well, on that note.
On that note, are you worried? Are you stressed out about it?
I'm not stressed about it in the slightest.
Okay, good.
In fact, as they were doing it, the doctor said to the nurse, you know, this really looks like a blah, 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 blah. Yeah. See how condensed it or something like that. And I thought, okay, if this was something really bad, he wouldn't say it right in front of me like that.
Yeah. Yeah, the two spots I've had, they were like, oh, this is basal cell carcinoma. Like, we know. I mean, we have to get it right away. They're like, we know we have to get this biopsied, but I'm like 99% sure. So I was like, cool.
Wow. I didn't realize that they could just drop cancer on you without verifying it.
I mean, you know, when I'm sure as a doctor, if you see the same mark and the results that follow, right? Like day in and day out. So, but yeah, good luck. I don't want to say I can't wait to hear how it goes, but truly I do care. So hope everything is okay.
Yeah. I keep forgetting about it, honestly. So it's totally out of my head. I feel fine. You know, nothing bad ever happens to me.
No.
Okay, well, hey, it's August. We're continuing each month this year. We're doing a big movie that we haven't done. We thought we would try to, you know, catch a little bit of that Nolan hype train with his latest film, The Odyssey, out in theaters. And we've already visited Mr. Christopher Nolan with his film The Dark Knight a few months ago. And we're back for Interstellar from 2014. As we just said, it's directed by Christopher Nolan, written by Jonathan and Christopher Nolan, edited by Lee Smith, cinematography by Hoyt van Hoytma, composed by Hans Zimmer, costume design by Mary Zoffries, starring Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, David Gyasi, Bill Irwin, and Michael Caine. Interstellar was made for $165 million. In its initial run, worldwide box office was 681. Pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's a little chunk of change.
Mm-hmm.
And they filmed the principal photography was August 6th through December 19th.
Wow.
With what you can imagine to be, you know, like a year of post-production.
Yeah.
Michelle, before you settle in for the lawn nap, you want to read our summary?
It's 2067 and the world is dying. An aggressive blight is killing off all of the crops, and dust clouds roam across the land, covering everything while making people sick. Cooper is a pilot and engineer turned farmer, raising his kids while trying to make sense of this new world. When his farm becomes a hotbed for gravitational anomalies, Cooper and his daughter, Murphy, follow the clues to a major secret. NASA is working on a plan to leave Earth, and they want Cooper to pilot the mission. With the father and daughter working millions of miles apart, they face unbeatable odds to survive. In order to continue, mankind will have to go beyond Earth. They will have to go beyond time and space. they will have to go Interstellar.
I have one note on this movie. But before we get to that one note, this is a movie that I've seen before. I saw this in theaters.
Oh, nice. How was that experience?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Spoiler alert, I like this movie.
Oh, okay.
This movie has one very rare distinction for me in my movie watching experience, which is this is the only film to make me cry from a single visual.
Wow.
Would you
I'm
like to know
sure
what
you'll
it
tell
is?
us. Well, I didn't know,
Okay.
last week I kept trying to bring up the end of Vertigo and you were like, no. And I would bring it
Yeah.
up, no. So this week I'm like, let's just zip it. And Seth
Yeah.
will let us know when we can hear what he wants to say.
By the way, it's a miracle that anyone's still listening after that Vertigo episode.
Well, we don't know if they're still listening, to be honest.
That's true. Yeah, I shouldn't say that actually. in our statistics, there will be a clear before Vertigo
Cut off.
and after Vertigo. Wow, things really dropped off. What happened?
BV and AV. That's how we'll do
Yeah,
our years from now on.
Hey folks, check out our episode on Vertigo if you haven't yet. It's a hoot.
Yeah.
I laughed. I was editing that episode. I was crying. I was laughing.
I found it very entertaining.
Anyway, when we first see Saturn, seeing that in theaters, I was like just brought to tears. And I am not a visual guy, a graphic guy, like those things don't often sway me, but I was like, it was very, I'm also not a space guy. I have no interest in outer space. I actually have negative interest in outer space. I would be the people in this movie who were like, we don't need NASA anymore. Enough.
Yeah.
We need farmers.
We don't need engineers. Yeah.
Well, we can keep the engineers. Just let's do some Earth stuff first.
Right.
A realistic washing machine that dries your clothes after.
That'd be great.
They exist, but they're not good.
Right.
Why do we not have one? Well, because we're putting all of our time into going to frickin' the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. When Matthew McConaughey says to that teacher, "You don't believe we went to the moon?" I was like, oh, he's going to kill her. He's going to reach across the table and kill this woman. Anyway, have you seen this before?
I haven't. I have not seen this. I don't remember it coming out, but I do remember, like in the past year, actually, people telling me how much they love this movie, how much I need to watch this movie, how much this movie kind of shifted the way they think. I mean, just yesterday, I was getting a facial done, and my esthetician, she went and saw The Odyssey, and she saw it in I don't want to say it's 4K, but it's like where the seats move and you get wet, and she said it's quite an experience to watch a movie like that.
Yeah, 4D.
And 4D, thank you, 4D.
Yes.
And so then I was like, oh, well, we're covering Interstellar. Have you seen that? She's like, oh my God, that movie like changed my life. Like it completely changed the way I think. She's like, every time I hear the soundtrack on like a reel, if the music's being used, I cry. Like she's like, it truly changed the way I think. And I was like, wow. Okay, because at this point, I was on my third part of watching Interstellar. So I watched this movie in 4 parts because I did not have the time to dedicate to watch this movie in one sitting, which might have hindered my viewing experience because as life goes, this to me was a chore and it was a task that needed to be done and not like oh yay, I can't wait to watch this long movie.
Yeah.
Woo! So just being honest. Yeah.
Well, so I had just rewatched this maybe 2 months ago with our older kid. Totally blew his mind. I was like, oh yeah, this is just as good as I remember. And then when I sat down to watch it, I was like, this movie's 3 hours long. I I would have thought maybe like 2 hours, 220, and then I was like, oh my god! And then as I'm watching, I'm like, it's like 44 minutes before they leave Earth. There is a large part of a whole movie that happens before they leave the planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, Jessica Chastain is like this is serious groundwork, no pun intended, earthwork. Okay, so my one note, Young Murph, she's the kid from Twilight.
Right. And then my follow-up note, because I also had that, I was like, oh my God, it's Renesmee. And is that Timothée? Are you kidding?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I had no idea who Timothée Chalamet was when I saw this when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And when I remember someone saying like, "Oh yeah, that's the kid from Interstellar," I was like, "What kid from Interstellar? I don't
Right.
even really remember the son." I mean, I remember him once he turns into Casey Affleck,
Right.
but I had no idea who Timothée Chalamet was. But we all know him now.
Sure do.
He's a little brat in this movie, I thought.
You think so?
He keeps calling Murph like dummy or
I
something.
mean, they're siblings.
Yeah, but
I'm
you
not
can't
excusing. Yeah, but like, I wouldn't. I don't know. I feel like we don't really get a lot of Tom when he's a kid because it's until he's older, and then it's more
You know what it
focused
is?
on Murph.
You have a sister,
Yeah.
but you are a sister.
Yeah.
I have two sisters, but I'm a brother. I was not allowed to call my sisters dummies or dumb.
And I was calling
That
my
would have
sister
been-
dummy left and right. So, I mean, I got in trouble for it, but I did it,
Yeah.
dumb butt and butthead and all the things.
Dumb butt.
Oh yeah, dumb butt, butthead. Yeah. I would like draw butts and then I would be like, Sam's face.
My God.
Yeah, we were fresh.
How detailed was this butt?
I mean, not very detailed, but
Just
and then
like
I would
the
like
2 C's?
just the two. Yeah. Yep. Like
Yeah.
2 cheeks and then eyes. And then
Yeah.
it was smiling. It was a smiling butt.
Wow. Okay.
And then she'd say, I'm not a butthead. I'd be like, but at least you're smiling. Anyway. Fun transition from that.
Speaking of buttheads, Matthew McConaughey as Cooper. How'd you feel about him?
I liked him. I think he did a good job. I mean, I'm confused of what age we're supposed to be.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
There's no way.
He's not. Wait, like, is he supposed to be 38 or 33?
Either way, there's no way.
I know.
Like you're telling me that when Jessica Chastain comes on the screen, she is the same age as Matthew McConaughey is in that chair.
And it was 23 years?
23 years. Well, actually, at that point, it was 25 years because they had already done 2 years to get to Saturn.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, either way, and that's such like a stupid part to bring up, honestly. But I thought Matthew McConaughey had a good performance, a strong performance.
I don't think it's a stupid thing to bring up because they could have just written it to not be that exact thing. Like it is, I get that it's like a powerful moment of like, hey, I am now the age that you were when you left. My parents are still alive, but I do think about, one day will I be older than my parents ever were, And so that's kind of, I get the point that they're going for, but then also just hire an actress who's a little older. Hollywood,
Right.
It is possible to find a woman, who's 40 something.
Right. What do you think of his performance?
I like him. I mean, I like Matthew McConaughey. You and I have a shared somewhat interest in a film called Fool's Gold. That that's your husband's favorite movie.
Pause there.
Well, okay. We have a shared understanding of a film.
I would say we know someone who loves that movie. That is my husband's ultimate favorite movie. And we still have not had him on the podcast to talk about it.
Yeah.
Do I love Fool's Gold? No, but Anthony could watch it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
which is so fascinating. As like to me,
Yeah.
you know, knowing Anthony,
Yeah.
I would never in a million years would I be like, yeah, Fool's Gold.
Yeah, no, that's his favorite movie. It's his favorite movie. But this is the first time we're talking about Matthew McConaughey on the show.
A little bit. He was in Tropic Thunder.
I truly blocked that movie out. Like I just remember Tom Cruise's big hands, right? The big hands.
Yeah.
Right. Matthew McConaughey, he was the agent. Was he the agent?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
it's all coming
He's
back
Ben
to me
Stiller's
now.
agent. Yes.
It's crazy, like with our show, how many movies we have done. And there are so many, there are movies where I'm like, oh yeah, we've covered that. And then there are other movies like Tropic Thunder where I completely forgot about. Like truly completely forgot about.
No, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
So I am in the Matthew McConaughey is a good actor boat. It was a little touch and go there for a little bit, but looking at the films that I've seen him in, Frailty is awesome. It's a great thriller. The Beach Bum, Harmony Korine film, our mutual friend Britt Chavez loves The Beach Bum. He does a great voice performance in Kubo and the Two Strains. He's got a good small part in Wolf of Wall Street that's pretty memorable. Really good small part in Dazed and Confused that's very memorable. Contact. I remember watching Contact as a kid and that like blowing my mind. So I like Matthew McConaughey. I like him in this. And this time around, I did feel like I get that the stakes of this movie are like literally the end of the world. But this time around, I was like, Coop, you're a little serious, you know? Lighten up.
Really? Because I felt like, I don't know, while I feel like he had a good performance, and this is where I'm struggling with to have anything to say about this movie, I feel like performances were flat, like just across the board. Except for Bill Irwin, who I think did an amazing TARS, who is my favorite.
Yes. I kind of knew.
I'm sure you did, but to me, I'm like,
Michelle's going to like TARS.
Yeah, TARS was great. And I liked the look of it. And I liked the fact that, you know, we don't sound like a robot. And I really...
Did you like when TARS became a little star and was spinning through the water?
Yeah. I like the design of that robot. And I'm not like a robot person because robots freak me out, truthfully. But,
what on earth?
I'm like, no, I'm not into robots except for Rosie, Bender, and I guess TARS can join that club. Like,
Have we never talked about...
freaked me out. And Aunt always talks about, like, in 40 years, we're going to have a live-in robot who will care for us. And I'm like, we absolutely won't because that robot will kill us.
Yes, I agree with that.
It freaks me out.
Have we never talked about a robot movie?
I don't think so. Well, I guess Hal. I mean, if we 2001.
No, Hal's a program.
I know.
There's no robotic component to him.
Yeah, maybe we're like drawing a blank on a robot, but anyway, yeah, I just felt like across the board performances were flat. But Matthew McConaughey, to me, I guess, was the best out of all the performances.
I think the performances are really good in this, actually. Like, not again, I like this movie. I'm not like, oh, this movie needs saving. But for a movie that is a little heady.
Very heady.
Science.
Slap me in the face with it, please.
Which is like the Nolan thing, you know. He's like, we got to explain everything.
Yeah.
I thought that the performances do make all of that a lot more palatable. I mean, I'm in love with Anne Hathaway as an actor. Like, I just everything that I see her in, I'm like, yes, this is the best thing. You are the best actor of your generation.
I also
love you, Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, I love her too, but I did not really enjoy her in this. Again, I felt it was flat.
I have one favorite performance in this that I never hear anyone talk about. Michelle's like, I'm not setting you up anymore. No more alley-oops.
You'll share when you're ready.
So David Gyasi as
Romilly?
As Romilly, yes.
Yeah.
Obsessed. When they leave him there and They come back and he's like, I waited 23 years. I'm like, you know what? I really just want this movie to be about him for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And then he unceremoniously blows up. And I'm like, I don't like that.
No.
Hands off my Romilly.
Mm-hmm.
So back on McConaughey, though, he's doing a lot of emotional work here.
Yeah.
Was this pulling on your heartstrings? Were you connecting with this? Are you crying?
Yes, but not like sobbing. This is what I'm saying. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why am I not? Is it because I'm not a parent? Is it because I'm not a parent? But also, I'm a sentimental person, very emotional. I cry at everything. And you know what's funny is that I've never seen the Matthew McConaughey crying gif or meme ever. And so when I was telling Aunt about Interstellar, because he's never seen it, and he's like, "Who's in it?" He's like, "Oh, is that where like the Matthew McConaughey meme of him crying that one shot?" And I was like, "I just learned that after watching this movie. I've never seen it before." But you know, when he watches the videos from his kids, well, really, Tom, that was very emotional.
That part really gets me because, you know, Tom is happy, and then we find out that his first child dies, and then it's like, oh wow, you know, very, very heavy. And Tom, I think, you know, he was a little surly before that, but then for the rest of the movie, it's he's very, very affected by that, understandably so. So that's tough. Jessica Chastain's video is very tough. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm definitely crying through that. And it might be, well, let's see, this is 2014. So yeah, I was a parent by the time that I saw this, but my kid was like 1. I didn't care about him that much at that point. Wow. I wasn't as attached to him as I am now. You know what I mean?
I barely knew him. He's brand new.
I did. I had never had a conversation with him.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Now, I mean, like I say that as a joke, obviously.
Sure, of course.
You care deeply for your child, but genuinely, like, of course I'm more attached to him now than I was when he was 1 year old.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The part that kills me is the end between him and Murph when she's an old woman.
Okay, so this part happens. It's emotional. But then I couldn't help but think, you're not even going to stay to meet all the extended family? That's what I was focused on.
He has a line during that time where he says, I'm not interested in where we were. I'm interested in where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in the same spot where he says to John Lithgow, you know, we've forgotten who we are. We're not caretakers. We're explorers and pioneers. So I think he doesn't care that much about meeting these people that he's never met before. He does want to continue, you know, and you know, time is a bit of the essence to get to Brand.
Which I just don't like. Fine, but if we're trying to like build a love story here, no. Nope.
I agree with that. And this time around, and this is where, all right, Michelle and I are not science-minded people.
Obviously, I'm pretty sure people know that if they're listening.
This may come to a surprise that we've, you know, opted for a show about movies, but instead of like, I don't know, rocket cells, fuel cells for rockets. That's a thing, right?
Sounds right.
You have to have fuel. You have to have a fuel cell, right? Somewhere. Okay. You ever have a calculator that runs off solar energy and you cover up those little things until the calculator dims and then dies?
That's science.
And then you lift your finger off and it comes back to life and you're like, haha, I've done it.
Or like a little figurine that dances in the window.
Yes.
And then you cover it up.
Oh, but that's more sad because that's like you're killing them.
Not really. Then you just like let it have light again. And they're like, yay.
So anyway, we don't know anything about science. So this question that I have might be easily explained by understanding the time warp part of this, but NASA knew the different planets. Why didn't they send someone for Brand sooner? Like, how did they know? Well, okay,
Wait, are you talking about when Brand at the end, like Brand is
on the
working on
planet.
establishing a new
Yeah,
civilization?
yeah.
Maybe she doesn't. That's the plan. She's there to do
Okay, because
right. And then Cooper's like, I'm gonna go and find her. And then are we supposed to be like they're gonna be together?
oh yeah, totally, yeah. They're the new Adam and Eve on the new Earth.
No thanks.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe it's platonic.
No thanks. Well, okay. If that's the case,
Okay,
then
so you're telling me that if you were on a planet and you were in the big nap and I showed up and I'm like, all right, now we got to start raising all these kids, you would be like, no thanks?
what I was going to say was that if it's for friendship or the fact that like they both experienced the same thing, so they truly understand what the other
Yeah.
one, and they're aging at the same rate, I guess. They're the same. Although I don't know how
This is
old
where it
Brand
gets...
is on this planet, but she doesn't look old. Whatever. Fine.
I know. This is the part where I really have no answer. Because I think that everyone who went on that ship went through the wormhole. But
Right.
everyone on the space station has not gone through the wormhole. So time for the people on the space station has been going at a normal rate where it slowed way down for the two of them.
Right.
So I think that when he gets to like the space station is just like outside of the wormhole. So he can go through the wormhole again and get to her and she'll be asleep. So like time will have gone by, but they'll be pretty much the same age as they are
Like
when they last saw each other.
you're talking about like Brand on her on the planet that she's on.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, because you can travel through wormholes. They're like a funnel.
Yeah.
So
A tunnel.
it's a tunnel. A tunnel
A
funnel.
funnel is like a tunnel.
Yeah, essentially, right? So no, that's fine. I think, and to see where Brand ended up, I was okay with that. It was just and like him going exploring, I'm okay with. I don't know why. I'm like, I don't find these two to be like romantically linked.
I agree. And I think that it doesn't have to be. Like, I do think that that's kind of the idea, but I
Yeah.
think that you can also read it as not that way.
Right.
And it's still, Cooper gets to go explore an entire new
Totally.
planet and as an engineer, like, help set up a new world for humanity. Like, that is still
Yeah.
the adventure that he has always wanted.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think that it has to be romantic.
Yeah.
Because I don't buy any I don't find any indication, early in the film when he questions Tars about her feelings for whatever the astronaut is, Wolf Blitzer, like Wolf Fuller, whatever the dude's name is.
Uh-huh.
Urim or something. I don't know what his name is.
Edmonds?
Yeah,
No.
Wolf Edmonds, right? I think as the audience, we might think like, oh, well, that's because he has feelings for her. But really, he is trying to establish like all of the pieces at play so that when she says, we need to go to this planet, he pulls out of his pocket and he's like, yeah, that's because you have feelings for him.
Right.
I think that a lot of that like romantic buildup might just be on our part.
And probably what we're used to being fed in a narrative with a movie,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They do have, they have an emotional send-off.
Of course.
But that would be emotional no matter what, because he lies and says, yeah. And then he's like, no, actually, I'm going to sacrifice myself and you're going to keep going.
Yeah, right.
I agree with you 100%. I just think that you can watch the movie and not put that in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's in my head. That's what I'm choosing my ending to be.
How do you feel about love?
What do you want to expand on that? Like, as a is it fuel? Can it transcend time?
Yeah.
Is it, I mean, at the end of the day, which is a poor way of putting it, I think it's the only thing that matters.
Interstellar kind of gives this idea that love, the line is, love is not something that we made up. Like, love is something that we enter into as a force, and it is a force just like gravity is a force.
Yeah.
And like how gravity is a force that can somehow, at one point, Cooper says to Tars, so gravity is a force that can transcend time and space? And Tar says, apparently. I was like, you know what? That is a very funny way
Yeah.
of just like establishing that
Yeah.
in a movie that has gone so far of its way
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
explain
yeah,
things. And then it's
yeah.
just like, yeah,
Yeah.
gravity is how you're going to do it.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
you're going to
right.
get to move the little watch hand. But they're saying that love, and I will tell you, even though I really liked this movie the first time I saw it, when sweaty McConaughey is floating through the time library and he's like, love, Tars, it's love. I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know about that. But actually, now that I've seen it so many times, I get it. I think that is like the part that is the clunkiest.
That idea or that sequence?
Yes, that idea. Well, because they kind of present it two times. One is when Brand is like, yes, I do love this person, but maybe that's part of all this. Maybe my love, maybe I don't. And that honestly, like, that made me kind of like not like her character that much.
Hmm.
And then also when McConaughey does it at the end, I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. But I do actually think that there is something to this idea of what draws two people together.
Well, sure. And I mean, love is what fuels us as humans, whether it's love
Mhm.
for another person, love for
Mhm.
trying to save the human race, love for yourself so you could feel selfish enough to leave your family, but you feel you have to do this mission. I mean,
Mm.
don't you think love is the gas that humans need to proceed forward? It's what gives them the purpose for anything.
Well, not to go back to Donnie Darko, but I would say that it should be the motivator, where the other motivator is fear and
Yeah,
or
sure.
greed, you
Right.
know.
Which we've talked about because then that can turn into love.
I do see a lot of fear in how people operate.
Yeah.
A lot of decisions are based in fear of the
Yeah.
unknown, or fear
Yeah.
of the things that you don't like, fear of
Yeah.
something bad happening.
Yeah.
And I just can't operate that way. I
You
would
don't
rather
operate in
operate out of,
fear.
I try really hard not to. No.
Yeah.
You got to go for the gusto. Come on.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Do things because you want to and because you love them, and because you don't do things because, it's like, oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to travel to that city. I've heard it's real, stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah. Right.
what are you getting out of life then?
Right. Right.
Protection. You're protecting yourself. But what do you, I don't know. I can't speak into other people's lives. I think that there is something to the idea. It's just that it is not explained well. It's not discussed enough.
How do you flush that out?
Well, it's crazy to say I wish that there was more emphasis on Coop and Murph, but this time around, I really saw the movie as like three stages of their relationship, which is very obvious. I'm not uncovering any new interpretation of this film. But the idea of when Coop goes into the Tesseract, or as I call it, the Time Library, which I'm so curious, but I'll wait. It's after going into, the event horizon of a black hole where no person has gone before. And I don't know if future humans chose where to put him, or if he just went back to, right? He knows how to get there because this is what he is drawn to, that kind of idea. And so I did like that. I did like how they flesh it out between the two of them, where he is trying everything he possibly can do to get back to her. But the flip side of that is that she wants to have nothing to do with him because she's so hurt by him leaving in the first place. So she's like trying to do everything she can to not get to him. They're both trying to save the world for each other, basically.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. And I really put the whole Coop and Brand thing in the back seat this time watching it. I was like, no, this is actually Coop and Murph.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
the idea of, like two people literally calling out to each other from across time and space to communicate things to each other that they couldn't when they
Right.
needed to most, et cetera, et cetera. So
Coop as the ghost, quote unquote, right?
yes.
Which like is not a ghost because a ghost is a person who has died, right?
Yes.
More like a
Yes.
poltergeist, which she does talk about in the beginning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the binary code comes in, which leads them to NASA, but really
Mhm.
that was him
Correct.
leading them to NASA. So it's like, which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, I mean, now, we're into the every time story.
Every time travel, right? We talk
yeah.
about this. So
And they're all different. It all
I
plays.
know.
Yeah.
That's where I got caught up in.
I'm very curious. You're watching this movie. It's all pretty straightforward. Water planet, evil Matt Damon planet.
Evil Matt Damon.
But it's not like it's not like a magical movie.
No.
And then we go into the Tesseract. I'm so like, what are you thinking? Because as I watched this time, I was like, if Michelle is not into this, we're gonna get here and she's gonna be like, okay.
No, I just felt like, oh, this is a tonal shift. And I was just like, what? So, and then it gets me into thinking about destiny.
Right. And that's kind of what I'm saying about the idea of love. What brought you and Anthony together?
Right.
Was it destiny?
Was it destiny?
If you are a person who believes in God, was it not necessarily destiny, but it was the will of God that brought you together?
Mm-hmm.
If you're a scientific person, I don't know what they believe because I'm not a scientific person. Pheromones? I don't
Yeah.
For me, I would say that it's just your choice. You make a choice to be together. And that's very non-romantic. And that's it's kind of non-everything, to be honest with you. But I think that regardless of if you were destined to be whatever all those things mean, like the people who are in your life are the people who you choose to be in your life, for good or for bad. And if destiny or love or God or any of those things controls you, then you don't have to worry about anything because nothing matters anyway.
Well, sure. Then you're just giving up, right? You're surrendering.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So I don't think that those things control us. I think that we all make our own choices. So to me, it's your choice that matters most.
But in this movie, you were going to save, like the plan was there because you went back or you fixed it first, or like NASA knew you were going to come. And then like, you're the only person who can do this mission. And I was just like, is this Armageddon? Are we doing an elevated Armageddon right now? Do you know what I'm saying? But then it's like, but we knew you would do it. But did we know you were going to do it? No.
No. Now, when he shows up to NASA, they did not know that he was coming.
Right.
And they were like, how did you find us? All these different things.
But then it was like destiny for Coop because he figured it out, but it was really himself giving that message. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do. There has to be a beginning to the effect. There is a cause that brings about the effect. And that's the time paradox that, we'll never figure out, because because it changes from movie to movie. So
Right.
here, it's very clearly, he lays it out fully. There are no aliens, there is no God, there is no anything. It really is just us. And even in the future, there are future humans who will create something that will even allow for him to go into this tesseract.
Right. Like there's unknown beings who who placed the wormhole near Saturn.
Correct. And then who will connect Cooper to the tesseract once he passes through the event horizon.
Right.
So eventually humans will learn how to navigate black holes and place them.
Well, right, but then it's like when
Because
how do
at
you
one
just
point,
create how do you just create a wormhole? Is there a lab and you're just like
we don't know yet.
Give me a star, give me a dust.
Give me a star, give me a dust.
And I'm just like
I'm a witch.
Stirring it up, you know? Wormhole.
I would love it if you know how you play like a video game and there's like a cooking component? The recipe, it turns out, for a black hole is a star and a dust.
Right. But then you need a black hole. That's a totally different recipe. That's just like, that's dark matter, you know?
And to me, it's also like, okay, so these people can do all these things. Why didn't you just go back in time and put a cure for the blight? Like, it was easier to put a black hole near Saturn than it was to just cure the blight.
And so, okay, then in the beginning, when Coop goes to his kid's school, maybe he does talk to NASA, and Brand is like, your kid's generation won't live, right?
Michael Caine.
Well, he's Dr. Brand, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I forgot about the two brands.
Yes,
yeah.
The two brands.
Yeah.
He says something along those lines. And so, yes, it's ending. But then, you know, the next generation does live, not under great circumstances. But life does continue. And maybe that's his whole, and then the whole lie of it all.
Yeah. How'd you feel about that twist?
I was just like, you putz. But also, you know, are we doing
Michael
this?
Caine?
Well, I mean, not Michael Caine, Brand. He's playing a character. Let's differentiate right here. But, you know, could he not lie to his daughter? Did he really believe in something, but he knew it wasn't the answer? Did not want to let her down? Did he want her to escape? Did he believe? I don't know.
I actually, I don't agree with the methods, but I agree with the thinking. The thinking is, we need a whole bunch of people to build a rocket ship and to get a whole bunch of fertilized eggs off of this planet. People aren't going to do that if they don't feel that they're doing it for someone that they love.
Of course.
Because I don't think that you have to look very far to realize that most people find it very, very hard to connect their empathy to complete and total strangers. And one of the things that happens to us, if you have somebody who is of a different political ideology than you, or a different lifestyle, or whatever, something that you don't have in common, oftentimes what bridges that gap is hearing their story and learning, like, oh, your mom had the same cancer that my mom had. Or like, oh, I also went through this thing. Or, oh, we both have the same restaurant. It's not good. And I try to remove that part of the equation where it's like, just love and care for anyone who comes across your path. But the fact of the matter is that it is very hard for most people to care about anyone if they don't have a connection to them. So it sucks. But if you're thinking just purely humanity must live, I have to lie to everyone to get these eggs to a new planet where they can live, then I totally agree with him lying about plan A. And he even does it by sending his own daughter, by making sure his own daughter goes. So like he is actually putting that theory into practice.
Right. The thing I'm just stuck on is Brand had this plan. He's been studying his research. If Coop never showed up, who was the one to do the mission? But then it's like, no, Coop was destined to show up. Because Coop is the
Right,
only
but
one who can drive this ship.
that was also weird to me because John Lithgow's character, shout out to John Lithgow. Were you happy to see him show up?
Yeah, of course.
John Lithgow says, "You were a person with a great gift who never got to use it." Then Old Brand says, "You were the best pilot we've ever had."
Yeah.
But Coop never left the atmosphere. So that's not true. Like, you can't say the best pilot in the history of NASA never flew a spaceship.
Well, that's why I was like, is
So,
this
like,
Armageddon? Like, what are we doing?
right. That part of it, I do think is definitely weak. Like, that's a big hinge, right? Where he
Yeah.
shows up and they're just like, we need you to do this tomorrow.
Right.
You got to give me something else. Like, Coop, it's kind of a miracle that you're here, quite frankly, because the pilot that we had just broke his leg.
Right.
Something
Yes.
beyond just, by the way, you know, everything is literally down to the ounce, but we just have room for a fourth.
Right. And you're the only one who can do this because you were the best.
Right. You know, him and Wes Bentley's character, which Wes Bentley comes on screen, and I was like, oh yeah, Wes Bentley's in this. Totally forgot. You could have had a little bit of a rivalry thing where he's like, I was supposed to be the pilot. But there's just nothing. It's as if NASA, again, they've planned for everything except for a pilot, and then he shows up. You got to give us something more.
Yeah, agreed. Yep.
Yeah. While also understanding this is a movie about like time travel and wormholes and, you know, sand and ghosts.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a deleted scene.
Maybe.
Would you travel through a wormhole if you knew other people had done it?
I'm an astronaut. I'm not like every day, Michelle.
No, you're you.
No, I'm not doing it.
Like, okay.
There's your answer. No.
The first team of astronauts have gone through. They say, here's the new planet. We're going to start shuttling all of humanity through the wormhole. So you can either get on a spaceship and go through a wormhole to the new planet, or you can stay on Earth and die.
Again, like the pragmatic Michelle who can't have fun right now is like, well, why am I chosen first? I think that it's probably
everybody's going.
A pecking order.
You're the 700th shuttle to leave.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if Anthony's coming, I'm going.
Oh, that's very nice.
If Anthony's staying, I'm staying. Because you know what? Love, Seth. Love.
So then love really might be a force like gravity, because love would override your evolutionary instinct to survive. It compels you like gravity.
Right.
Wow, this movie was right. You just proved this movie right.
Call me a scientist.
Okay. All right. When Matt Damon pops into this movie, did you say, oh my God, Matt Damon?
I knew Matt Damon was coming because I recently listened to an interview, with him, and he was talking about the Odyssey, and then he talked about Interstellar. So I knew he was coming. I was just wondering, I'm like, oh, a big name. When are we coming? And then I was like, oh, this movie's 3 hours long. It could be an hour and a half until we see Mr. Damon, right? I will say the deep sleep in water and being zipped up like truly freaks me out. Like that every time they did that, and when he popped out of there, it like gave me the heebie-jeebies.
It looks so comfortable though. The water's all hot.
I feel very claustrophobic. Blah.
It's like
no.
It's like a boil and bag rice pack. Or like sous vide.
Sous vide astronaut style. Yeah, no.
Just seal me in and put me under.
Yeah, I didn't like any of that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like he was quick, disheartened, evil, but also like, I'm sorry I'm hurting you, but also, and then he's gone. So
I am so tickled by him in this movie.
I
think that like almost everything that he does is hilarious, including when he wakes up and just
sobbing?
like starts crying on Matthew McConaughey. And when I first saw it, I was like, okay, I get this. I get, the emotions of like I'm going to put myself to sleep now and might never wake up. And so like being woken up by other people would be very overwhelming, especially because no time has passed for him.
But that's the thing, right? You put yourself to sleep. So are you conscious of the amount of time that has passed?
No.
Right. So
It's
if
like a
you
coma.
right. So if you wake up, it could feel like it's been 2 minutes.
Right. But imagine you are alone on a planet thinking that you're going to die.
And then you put yourself to
You
sleep.
close your eyes and you wake up. So like all of that emotional duress and stress that you just put yourself under. And then you open your eyes and you find out, oh my God, I'm not going to die.
Yeah.
That would be really overwhelming.
Yeah, it would be. You're right.
But yeah, everything, like when Coop's like, you're a coward. And he's just like, yes, yes, yes. As he's like slowly charging him to fight him. And then like the slow, awkward fight between two middle-aged men on a different planet. I'm just like, yo, this is so funny.
And then when we
Like,
like zoom out and we have that like
mhm,
extreme like 30,000 foot view of it, I'm like, what?
mhm.
Okay, it's just like boys stumbling around.
Right. Well, it's very much like, people don't change, and
Yeah,
even with the
yeah.
fate of the world at
Right.
stake, people are still cowards, and there's no it's all self-preservation, and but to me, I just find all of it very funny, down to his last words when he's like, there are times when, and then he just blows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun, it's a little detour, and
Yeah.
it gives the movie like an actual villain,
Yeah.
because again, like with Dr. Brand, it's pretty heinous and crazy. If I was Jessica Chastain and I had been doing math for 20
Math.
years
It's more
with
than just
Michael
that.
Caine,
But yes.
and then he's like, actually, I solved this a really long time ago. Oh my God, I would have choked that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. How many times have we talked about Michael Caine on this show?
We're a big fan.
Dark Knight,
Muppet Christmas Carol.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
He just makes appearances during
That
half star,
might be.
3-star, 5-star. So that's why it feels like a lot.
That's
And he
yeah,
might
actually,
have
that might be
come
true.
on. He might have joined us for Wake Up with Movie Friends.
I don't know if he did or not.
Did he not? What a delight that was. Wake Up with Movie Friends.
Folks, if you like listening to us, we did a series back in December. Why did we do that in December?
Because we're crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, we
Okay.
did a series back in December called Wake Up with Movie Friends. It's a week of episodes where we woke up every day and recorded at like 5 a.m.
No, it was like 6, I think, was start time.
Okay.
But
And
6
we
to
recorded
6:30. Yeah.
different topics, no movies. Go back and listen. It's a delight.
It's a delight. It's fun.
Yeah. Lots of philosophy.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about the score?
It's good. And everyone's like, this score is the best. And you're right. You're so right.
Yeah.
But I watched this movie in 4 parts. So
Right.
to me, the score did its job.
So I finished this movie this morning with my kid, who's 5,
Mm-hmm.
and I wrote down a direct quote. He said, "This song will make me scared and make my brain do things it's not supposed to do."
Oh.
He was freaked out by this score.
Wow.
And I was like, all right, so I don't know, leave the room. I don't know what to tell you, kid.
Get over it. Wow.
Yeah. I do want to say again, as someone who genuinely does not care how movies look, the Saturn stuff is pretty amazing to me. The gargantuan sequence, when they're just like floating next to the black hole for a while and you see like time and matter kind of like bending and cascading in, and I do think that all looks really awesome. And
Yeah.
I love theaters. I think people should go to the theater as much as possible. Go see movies in theaters. I think that this is kind of a theater movie.
I agree. I mean, I can't imagine what this would be like to watch on a big screen because it looks so good. And so it feels like a theater movie.
Yeah, it's very overwhelming. And again, that's someone who does not care about outer space.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for people who care about this stuff,
Yeah.
like this would be like a religious experience.
Yeah.
Did you watch the moon approach?
The moon approach this year. No.
Yeah, remember NASA sent some people to the moon?
Oh, yes, yes. I mean, I remember that event, but no, I didn't watch it. I wasn't following it.
I put it on because they were like, we're going to do the moon approach on Netflix.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'll watch it. I'll throw it on. I
Yeah.
put it on and they're like, they'll pass by the moon in 10 hours. I was like, why did you tell me?
So you could
And then it's
follow.
just like NASA representatives being like, no, this is how we did it. And I'm like, get to the moon. I didn't know I was showing up for like a 10-hour press conference with
Yeah.
like Jimmy from accounting. Like, who? That's actually very disrespectful. It was like the crew leaders, the brilliant people who do this stuff.
Right.
But I still was like, I came here for the moon.
Right. Right.
Don't tell me I got to come back,
Right.
tonight. I will say, I do really appreciate the line when McConaughey is in the Tesseract and he says, I thought they chose me, but they didn't choose me. They chose her. And I wrote down, that is actually what being a parent is like.
Mm.
Seeing your children surpass you in areas of your own life or just ways that they're better than you and realizing like, oh, I'm entering the end of my life.
Yeah.
It actually wasn't about me.
Yeah.
It was about this person and hopefully they'll do better than I did.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wow, that's like a really, really good distillation of what being a parent is actually like. Like when you're young, you think you're going to do X, Y, and Z. And then you get older and maybe you did that and you realize that it was like, yeah, that was fine. But and then, or maybe you didn't do that or whatever. And then you just realize like, oh yeah, no, it's actually the next people to come along who will be important. And I don't have to be important anymore.
Right.
So something that Christopher Nolan does all the time that bothers me, this dude cannot tell a story straightforward. He's allergic to it. I think that his Batman movies might be like the only ones where he just tells the story from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Every other movie is he's flashing back to things, at a minimum. And here it's in the style of like a Ken Burns PBS documentary interviewing the people.
Yes.
At first you might think that they're talking about the Dust Bowl, but then they're talking about 2067, and then it comes back at the end and you find out that they've built a museum of their home.
Right.
And then they're like, by the way, you just live here now.
Right. Like you're going to love it. Look how we set it up. And it's like, you can't go back. You can't go home. That's
right.
No, you can't do that.
You've gone through a black hole.
Yeah. I mean, and like going back, no one is there. Sure, you have this replication, right? But like your family's not there. It's not the same. You're not even on Earth. Like it's not the same.
And okay, so like let's say you, Michelle, take this Cooper route in your life and we build a museum of your home. And then it's like, oh, Michelle's back. Oh. They don't even like get the house ready for him. Like he shows up and they're still like roped off.
Right, I was going to say they move the rope.
Tars is under a blue.
I know.
What's the word? What's the word?
Tarp.
Tarp.
Yeah.
So it in a space station in the future, we're still just using blue tarps. What?
Show some respect.
They brought that from Earth?
Show some respect, right? We can't do better than that. So true.
Tars also went through the event horizon. He transmitted all the data, and they're just like, throw that piece of junk over there and put a tarp over it. Like, why isn't Tars even polished? He should be like as a statue on the front porch. Like he's
no respect.
And then they're like, oh yeah, his power module died. We could get you another one. And Matthew McConaughey's like, yeah, please. Why wouldn't they repair the robot and be like, hey, Tars, what happened? Anyway, that part was a little, that always bothers me because
Well,
it's
like
just like,
logistically, it
okay,
doesn't
bye,
make
sir.
sense. Yeah, I don't think logistically that's how that would go, but on an
Yeah.
emotional standpoint, that's why we did it. So then McConaughey can reconnect with someone, something, a
Right.
force,
Right.
right? But like logistically in real life, I don't think they would just like put it under the tarp. No, I think we're powering back up to grab the data, right? What?
And again, it's like, okay, they just grabbed them, right? Like in their timeline.
Whose timeline?
Let's call it Murphy's timeline.
Murphy's.
Because Murphy never time travels. Murphy goes from a kid to an old lady. So in Murphy's timeline, she receives the data in the watch when she's 30 something years old.
Right.
She then figures it out. They deal with the problem of gravity, which I guess allows them to lift this space station off of the planet and into orbit around Saturn. And all this time passes. Like a long time passes between Jessica Chastain and Ellen Burstyn.
Yeah, because Coop, when he wakes up, he's 124.
He is, but to him, all of this happens in a really short amount of time.
Of course, and to us too. And to us
Right.
too.
Like he leaves the planet, goes into 2-year hibernation.
Right.
Goes through the wormhole, goes to the water planet for like 3 hours.
Right. Are you talking
23
you're talking about his
years
journey
passes.
from the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from the time he leaves Earth to the time he wakes up on the space station, what are we talking? Like a couple months? A couple weeks?
Like in our timeline.
No, in his time.
In his time. Right.
Yeah.
But it really has been X amount of years.
But it really has been 124 years or whatever.
It's like if you're born on leap year. It's like you're time traveling.
That's exactly, yes.
Right.
I'm going to start saying that anytime there's like any kind of time travel paradox, it's like, well, you know how you can be born on leap year? It's
Same
just
thing.
like that.
Just like that.
Yep. Same thing.
Same thing.
Love, Tars. Love.
I did appreciate how practical it was. Like we filmed in Iceland, like the water planet. I thought once we reached down to the water planet, Miller's planet, that's when I was just like really fixated. And I was very just, that's what grabbed me. So it was like an hour and something plus into the movie. And then that giant wave created such anxiety. And I can't imagine what that would be like in a theater. And then Nolan working with Kip Thorne and using the data to create accuracy for the black hole. So
yeah,
I mean, we did our research. It did feel very just like science. I was like, I just really have to pay attention. I really have to pay attention.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into our happies and crappies.
It's time for happies and crappies. Happies and crappies. It's time for happies and crappies.
Well, my happy is going to be very different from yours. My happy is the performances. I buy all of them. I think they're all really good. My crappy, I had a really hard time picking a crappy this time around. Because I know that I said like, oh, this is really long. It's 40 minutes before we leave the planet. But this is an epic film. It's meant to be an epic, a human epic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the comparisons to 2001 will always be there because 2001 is, one of the great science fiction films about space travel. I don't know. I think I'm going to say that I don't have one. I think I'm going to say I don't have one. Wow. It's like there's a lot of things that I could like maybe pull at.
Wow.
But then when I really think about it, I'm like, but that doesn't even bother me that much.
Yeah.
You know what? Never mind. I just remembered. Killing off Romley in the explosion, he deserved a lot better than that.
My happy is Tars and just how he handles robots in this movie. And my crappy is some of the dialogue just fell flat for me.
Did you like John Lithgow saying, "I want a hot dog"?
I don't remember that, so
Okay.
I'm sure it was great.
Well, we've talked about how we feel about the movie, so now let's hear from some strangers on the internet in a segment that we call Half Star, 3-star, 5-star. These are reviews from letterboxd.com, which is a website and an app where you can log, rate, and review movies. We start with a half-star review, which is the lowest rating that you can give a film. And we go all the way up to a 5-star review, which is the highest rating that you can give a film. Now, on this show, not because I'm good at them, but because it's funny that I'm not good at them, I read the half-star review in an accent or an impersonation. Michelle, do you have any requests?
Matthew McConaughey.
Oof, I was worried that you were going to say him instead of Michael Caine, and I was like, how do you do Matthew McConaughey?
I mean, I'll
It's
take
Texas.
I'll take Michael Caine.
Yeah, it's easier to do. Yeah, all right, so I can't do it. I can't get into it.
It's like, you naturally probably just want to be like, all right, right? Because
Right, like,
that's
all right,
all right. But then
love, Tars.
That's it.
Love is the answer.
Yeah.
I thought they chose me. They didn't choose me. They chose her. But like, is that Matthew McConaughey?
It's not.
You know?
It's not.
Okay. Well, popping back in. Hello, Michelle.
Michael Caine, hello, sir.
Always a pleasure to be back on the movie, friends.
Can you please rate us our half-star review?
I will be delighted. That's a different guy, actually.
That is a different guy.
Yeah. I will be delighted, Michelle.
There it is.
Okay. All right, here we go. Half-star review for Interstellar, read by Sir, I think
Michael
Caine.
Yeah.
This is the worst movie of all the times. I would rather spend a week at Camp Crystal Lake than watch this devil spawn of a movie again. This movie has ruined my life. My wife left me. I was fired from my job, and my dog died, all because I was driven to a point of mania from this terrible, evil film. I will have my revenge against Christopher Nolan if it's the last thing I bloody do. I threw in the bloody myself, but
very good. Thank you, Mr. Caine. This is a joke, right?
You're welcome, Michelle. Hey, I gotta tell you, man, I read through the reviews every week. Every week, I spend probably 30 minutes of my week doing this part of the show.
Yeah.
It's the part that takes the longest.
Yeah.
The half-star reviews and the 5-star reviews for this, equally hard to find something usable, as you may be able to imagine. But I'll tell you, the people who hate this movie hate this movie. Hate it. And the people who love this movie love talking.
Yes.
So every review is like 8 pages long. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. 3-star review says, a bit mushy and sentimental in the specifics of the way it links quantum phenomena to paranormal activity, but it deserves a lot of credit for succeeding at visualizing things that are literally unimaginable. Some ace visuals.
Agreed.
I agree, totally. Yeah. I don't think there's anything in this that looks bad.
No, it looks great. It does look great.
I did like your comment about this just being elevated Armageddon. In a way, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
We got these rough and rowdy guys who make fun of NASA because like, you don't know what you're doing out here.
Right. We have the one guy who can only, save the world and drive the ship and love at the end.
Armageddon.
I'm like, we just didn't have Animal Crackers or Aerosmith.
Right. Right. And someone sacrifices themselves who lies. Right. And says like, oh yeah, it's going to be me. And then it's like, oh, actually it's going to be you.
Right.
In Armageddon, we have Ben Affleck. In Interstellar, we have Matt Damon.
Also, father-daughter. Father-daughter love.
Also father-daughter.
Yep.
I want to shake the hand of the daughter of the bravest man I've ever met. Right? William Fickner in that movie?
I believe so. Yeah.
Folks, go back and listen to the Armageddon episode. That was a fun. Maybe not if you love Armageddon, though.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not.
5-star review for Interstellar. The deeper I move into time, the more this feels like one of the best films ever. This experience honestly means everything to me. That indescribable feeling of home back in the cornfields is so essential to me. Please stay.
Wow.
A lot of emotions here.
A lot of emotions.
All right, so we rate movies 1 through 5 stars, give our thoughts on the runtime, if we recommend it or not, and we give a shout out to whatever part of the film's practical filmmaking stood out to us. Before we record each episode, we write down a guess of what the other host will rate the film, and every time we guess correctly, we get to add a point to our tattoo tally. Whoever has the most points at the end of the year gets to pick a tattoo for the other host that they will then get tattooed on them without knowing what it is first. Currently, Michelle is at 10 points, and I am at 9.
Okay, for you, I wrote down 3.5 movie. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So I really like this movie. I really like it.
I'm actually surprised. I have to say, I'm
ones.
really surprised. Continue.
You're
I'm sorry.
surprised that I like this?
Yeah, I am.
How come? Why?
I think because it's a big movie and it's Nolan, and so I'm just very surprised that you're down with it.
Right. You know how I feel about both of those things.
Yeah.
I'll say that I think that this, to me, the Batman movies don't count. I can't tell you why they don't count. They are their own thing. Truly. This, to me, is Christopher Nolan's best movie. I think it's the one that is the least annoying in its explanation of how things work. I cannot stand Inception, Tenet, get it out of my face. I did like The Odyssey. I just saw that. And I like his early films, Following and Memento. Memento is, pound for pound, maybe his best movie. But in terms of like this part of his career where he's making like movie with a capital M movies, I think Interstellar is far and away his best movie. I'm rating this 4.5 stars. I'm rating it as a film. I think that this is kind of an essential part of modern American filmmaking, and I really enjoy it. And it makes me cry. It makes me cry every time. It really, really makes me think a lot about being a dad and what I'm doing as a dad. Ways in which I leave my children emotionally or physically, what that does. Why do I do that? How do they understand that? How do they interpret that? What does that motivate them to do in their own lives? All of those things swirl around in my head as I watch this movie. So I think it has great value to me in that way. Practical filmmaking, I think all the sets are awesome. Space station, spaceship, the planets. So yeah, big shout out to the locations and the set design. I buy all of it. The runtime is complicated. I do think it deserves its runtime. It's long. It's so long, but maybe it was just, really late when I started watching this, and that's why I felt it. And you even said like splitting the movie up. Does that have an effect? I think it does. Not watching the movie in the theater, does that have an effect? Your mood going into it. I think all those things do have an effect. So yeah, but I think this is great. I recommend this to everybody. I think everyone should watch this movie. For you, now I think that I went way too high. I was going to put down 4.5 star film for you.
No, 3.5 movie for me.
Okay. All right.
3.5 movie for me. I am recommending this. I think this is a movie that people should watch. And I think it's a big popcorn movie. I also think if it's good for conversation. It's a good movie night movie to watch with people, to watch by yourself, to watch with your family. And as far as the runtime goes, while it was long, I do feel like an epic movie like this is fine with the runtime. So
Mm.
just a little too long for me. And the practical filmmaking, I like that Nolan chooses to go practical. And so I like that Bill Irwin was in that robot puppet was doing the moves. He was there. And I really like the decisions we made to use, the decisions we made around using the robots. So yeah, why it didn't hit the way it hit with other people to me, like you said, could have been my mood, could have been splitting it up, could have been the way I watched it. But I would recommend this movie. Absolutely.
Hey, if you don't want us to split up, we'd love it if you give us a rating or review. You know, folks, the lyrics to the opening song of this show says, if you don't share and subscribe to this show, this will be the end of us. This is it. We are Tinkerbell. And if you do not continually clap for us, we will die.
It's true.
We need a steady stream of attention or we'll cease to be. I mean, am I right?
You are 100% right. We need your love to fuel us.
The only thing that can cross time and space to us is an Apple Podcast review. That's right, folks. Please, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, consider leaving us a rating and a review. If you're listening on Spotify, you can leave us a comment on the episode. If you're listening elsewhere, there are other things you can do, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
You can also send us an email, moviefriendspodcast@gmail.com. Look, folks, we're about to go on break as we enter pre-production of our film. And we need some emails to read when we come back. Okay? I'm calling my hit. Calling my pitch. What did Babe Ruth do?
Wait, who is the voice that you do? Wait, is it Babe Ruth or Mickey
I'm the
Mouse?
Great Bambino. Yeah. Hey, it's me, the Great Bambino. Nobody knew it, but I talk like this.
Listen to our Sandlot episode.
Anyway,
for
right?
that.
he pointed and then hit the ball in that direction, right? That's what I'm doing. 3 emails, folks, when we come back.
Can I make a little pitch here
Or
since we're pitching?
pitch it.
Okay.
You pitch it and I'll hit it.
Thanks, friend. Listen, the last 4 episodes of the OC20 season 4 are coming out in August. Every Friday. That means if you followed, and I know a lot of you listened, you get to hear Seth's thoughts on season 4 of the OC. And then you can send us an email with those thoughts because we will be doing a Q&A episode.
Yes.
So we need your emails. And I know Seth is like, Michelle, this is movie time. This is not TV time. But I'm putting it in. Seth's face literally gave me the look of like, zip it, Mitch. Zip it.
What? Just now?
You just did it, Seth. You don't even know you did it, but you did it.
I think that my screen has just been freezing.
Okay, because the look you gave me was just like, I'm done now.
No, that was the look of like, oh, that's right. Oops, I should be talking about this thing that we're doing.
It's okay. I got it.
So yes, please send us an email. Let us know. You can also support the show, patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. Look, folks, it's $5 a month, okay? The world is ending, all right? This is going to be the last crop of okra ever. All right?
Okra is so random. Not okra.
I know. Well, I was like, you know what? That would be kind of sad. Anyway, go to patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. Sign up. Get access to our additional episodes, our patron-only Discord. You get to vote once a quarter on a monthly theme, and you get to vote on a movie that we cover every single month. Now, like I mentioned, we're taking a couple weeks off in August, and so normally the episode that we do voted in by the patrons comes at the end of the month, but we're jumping right to it. We're going from Interstellar right to the patron vote. Michelle, what are we talking about?
Next week, the patrons have chosen Phantom of the Paradise from 1974, directed by Brian De Palma, streaming nowhere, unfortunately.
Sorry, folks.
So that's fine.
Sorry, folks.
Cool.
Rent it from your library. Use your library system.
Yeah.
Okay, have you seen this film?
Nope, never heard of it.
I kind of want to tease you in what it is, but at the same time, I don't.
It's a parody of Phantom of the Opera, right?
Very good. Okay, all right, yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Well, hey, thanks, Michelle.
Thank you, Seth.
And hey, thank you for listening. And remember, folks, it's not possible.
No, it's necessary.
Till next week when we're talking about Phantom of the Paradise from Brian De Palma. Thank you for listening. Have a good one.
Movie Friends is produced by Seth Vargas and Michelle Rubenstein. Theme music by Jean Marie Vargas. Visit us at our website, moviefriendspodcast.com, and please subscribe and rate our show wherever you are listening. You can support Movie Friends at patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. Thanks for listening.